first had the idea for this video, I didn't really intend to publish it to YouTube. We just had a race last weekend. I did pretty well. I just started well, then I started fading back. Really what I wanted to do was get a side-by-side comparison of me and somebody else in the race. I really got frustrated towards the end because I was having trouble catching people. I could close the gap a little bit, but I really couldn't get to the rear tire. And I looked at the top 10 and saw somebody who had published a video, and he was about 2 to 3 minutes faster than me. Most people in the top 10 were 2 to 3 minutes faster than me per lap. And I really wanted to get a side-by-side comparison as to where they were faster than me and like what they were doing differently. All right, you can see he's chasing somebody. I'm not chasing somebody. But I am still really trying to catch up to people. This is my fastest lap and this is his fastest lap. So he takes that inside line there. I go a little bit outside of that. All right, so he put 8 seconds on me for that lap. As you can see, I really wasn't being that aggressive there. I could have been a lot more aggressive there. All right, so here's section 2. This is the start area. So we're passing the whole shot area over there to the right. So this straight that I'm on right here, progressively got a little bit slower on that straight. Even though this is my fastest lap, I did this straight got up to 41 first lap, 37 the second lap, and 35 this lap. So even though he's chasing 2 people, I'm still pushing hard here. Realistically, you're going to go a little bit faster when you're chasing people down. I did this section a lot more cleanly than I did on the first lap. If you watch my full race video, all over the place on the first lap through here. I got bikes all around me. I'm over on the side. I almost lost the front end in one of those turns. So it's just a lot more clean. So this little short S-turn here, I slow down a lot more than he did. I don't have speedometers on both of us, but if I had to guess in these sections, I am just slowing down more going into the turns. Picks up a few seconds there by taking that steep, sharp right turn uphill, whereas I went all the way to the bottom of that hill because I wrecked there on the first lap. Yeah, this is where I'm just taking it easy. Yeah, I mean, that's like, what, 2-3 seconds? Not a huge deal. Here's where I almost loop out right here. That was fun. All right, so he got 25 seconds on me on that one. Yeah, that wasn't a great section by me. All right, section 3. First of the, what I'm calling the open sections. This is there's just no woods here. It's just all open. It's all open and fast. I love the way that Yamaha sounds though. It's got that gritty, low sound, whereas my bike sounds a lot higher. See, I'm pretty tentative on those sweeping corners. Just this is a little slick, so you don't want that bike sliding out at all. This section I really got better as the day went on, just staying on the gas and not slowing down at all. This off camber turn, I just could never really feel comfortable going fast on it. So it's only a 12-second difference there on a 3-minute lap, so I thought it was going to be a lot more, but I hung in there pretty well. Alright, so this is the first wood section. This is the single track section. You can see I lose time here, like right at the beginning. Just that really tight stuff I wasn't comfortable in. He almost loses it right there. But I'm hanging pretty good. And then I take the little shortcut here, gain back a few seconds. So I think I'm actually ahead of him a little bit at this point. Yeah, and then he catches back up and passes me. I actually think I rode this section the best in practice. I was following somebody and just flowed with them. That chain chatter was from me. didn't get a chance to ask him, but I think he's probably up in third gear here, whereas I stayed primarily in second gear this section. So I have a 52 tooth rear sprocket, stock is 50. So I'm getting good acceleration, but the top speed does top out a little bit earlier in second gear. I think I've slowed down a little bit right through here. You can see my speed is not what I normally do on a single track. I'm really good at single track races like girts or spokes, and it's where I can usually stay the closest to the people in front of me. This is where I almost got hit the previous lap. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's why I was going a little slower. No, I don't think so. Yeah, there's something about this loose dirt on the top with the hard pack underneath that just gives you this uneasy feeling of your tires are never really planted or they're going to slide out anytime. It's tough. It's tough going fast. Listen, my RPMs are so low through here. I could be so much more aggressive. Alright, so he got 19 seconds on me there. And in the beginning part, we stayed pretty close, but then, yeah, he extended that pretty good. Alright, section 5. This is the woods, what I call the double track. It's a little bit wider through here. This is pretty steep down right here. I can hear his engine already. He's just being more aggressive through here. I don't know if you heard that on the original recording, but I started feeling the flow a little bit more through here. He gets caught in that ribbon down section. He loses about 10 seconds there. But I was just remembering my flat turn technique, weighting the outside peg and pressing my knee into the shroud. Really leading the bike more is what I was doing through here. So as you'll see towards the end of this section, this is probably one of my best sections when I compare to him. I can still be more aggressive on the throttle, for sure. Alright, it was really 12 seconds because he lost 10 seconds going off course, but pretty close there. Alright, so section number 6, he already gets off to the early lead because he was going faster than me coming through the tunnel. So the thing I noticed about watching this beforehand was he brakes less than I do. I think we're getting it up to about the same speed in the straights, but then he's always going through the turns faster than me. He's probably braking later. I didn't actually do like slow enough analysis to see when the braking points were, but he does have more experience than I do riding, which would make sense. Seconds behind now. About 10 seconds behind, actually. I don't know if you heard my engine there, but I do let it coast for a good, what is it? When I'm maxed out in third gear, I let it coast for a good 20-30 feet before I start applying the brakes. I need to practice not coasting. I have a big stall coming up here in this turn too. Not a stall, I dropped it down into neutral. So some of these turns are sketch. Watch him, like over on the right. He takes really good lines coming from outside to in to out. He really apexes those turns. Whereas I'm sort of doing that, but definitely not as exaggerated as he's doing it. And he is not afraid to get on the throttle on that hard pack, whereas I am a little bit. Like right in the middle of the turn, right where it's the least amount of traction. Literally all out right here. There's a guy in my class right up above me on the left, or right up ahead of me. Yeah, so he just drives the bike so deep into the corners before he starts braking, and then he doesn't brake as much either. So I think in this section, definitely he's killing me on just those two things alone. Let's see how deep I get it into this turn here. Now see, I let off way early there, and then you heard the chain chatter. Like, I got good braking, but I slowed down a lot more than he did. All right, so 29 seconds. That's understandable. All right, last section. This is what I call the finish section. It's about 2 minutes. There's some wood, and a little bit of open too. So this guy I'm chasing down on the left, I actually catch him pretty close to here, and then I take a diversion over on the bushes. I let off the throttle there way too early again. That bike nice in those turns. Those turns are slick too. They're really slick. And just trust that those tires are gonna plant. I don't think I'm there yet, but I need to get there if I'm gonna compete. Alright, so on the left here, I come out of there just, I think I came wide open for a second there in third, and then I backed it down for some reason. I'm not sure why, but you can hear the bike. It's just kind of coasting through here. I actually thought the race was over. I thought I was going to see a checkered flag, but I didn't. But you can see this is just not aggressive at all. Alright, so I ended up losing 22 seconds there on that 2-minute section. Yeah, I think that last one was just a matter of not being aggressive. So let's look at the overalls here. We have, with the brown backgrounds, those were the 2 wood sections, the 19 seconds and the 2 seconds. And then with the blue backgrounds, those were the 3 open sections. So if you take just the 3 open sections, that was, if you add in the last one was kind of half open, half wooded, but it was almost 2 minutes just right there, a minute and a half or whatever. So if I'm looking at this and I'm analyzing it, which I'm not that great at analyzing stuff like this, but if I'm looking at it, what I really need to practice is braking later and then actually not braking as much. So trying to keep my roll speed up or my momentum through the turn. So then once your roll speed is higher, the whole turn speed is higher, then your exit speed is higher, and then your straightaway speed is going to be higher on the next straight. If I'm looking at it, that's what I think I need to work on next. Unfortunately, this course right here is one of the most open sections that we have. So like, let's say I go practice that, we're gonna go back to a lot of courses that have mostly single track. So it's kind of like, I know I need to improve at that at some point, but is that the next thing I need to improve on? We'll see. All right, well, if you got this far, thank you. If you have any comments on my riding, feel free to leave some comments. I'll put the description, or I'll put the link to my race and to his YouTube race in the description as well. All right, have a nice day. Thank you.